Hey folks, you own a Glock 42? So do I. I've been shooting it for a little while, ready to make an upgrade or two, but I'm no gunsmith. Is there anything I can do that's easy? You bet there is. Come on in. Hey folks, welcome back to Get on Target with Link. Today, we're hanging out with my trusty Glock 42. The Glock 42 is the smallest of the Glock family, the baby of the family. It's a 380 ACP, and it was basically designed for concealed carry, and does a great job of it. Beautifully made weapon, good shooter, but there's a couple of things about it that just annoy me, and we're going to address those today. But before we do and we get started, what do we need to do is be safe. So we're going to take the magazine out, empty mag. We're going to lock the slide back, make sure she's empty. Yep. We've got a safe weapon. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to address, this isn't just on the 42 here. It's consistent in the Glock lineup. Down here at the magazine well, if we look at that, here's the magazine well, and right next door, there's that little opening right next to it. You see it? I can put my pinky in there. It's a hole. Why is there a hole next to the magazine well? Well, I must not have been the only guy that it annoyed, because they went and made a product about it, and you and I are going to put that in today. So that's the first thing we're going to do. But that's just a cosmetic annoyance. Maybe you could get some grime that might get stuck in there, but for the most part, it's just a cosmetic upgrade. The next one has more practical applications to your shooting though. When I take the mag and I put it in, and I take my proper grip, what I'm going to do is take my support hand away, and when you do, you can see that my pinky doesn't really have a place to land. Now this is not something specific to the Glock. These small 380s that are designed for concealed carry, they're small, and these grips are small, and I don't have a big hand. So if my hand's not going to fit on that grip, chances are yours not going to either. So what's the cure? The cure is, on this magazine, the base plate of the magazine is flat. It doesn't add any additional length to the grip at all. So we're going to remove that, and we're going to replace it with a different base plate that's going to give us a little bit more room for our pinky to land. You and I can do that. Now these are a couple of upgrades that are simple. This is not gunsmithing. These are easy upgrades that we can do at home. Later on, when we start looking at sights and replacing sights, replacing triggers, specialized tools might be required, and it's a whole different thing. These are just fun, simple upgrades that we can do. Now, you are going to see one special tool, but you can do this job without it. But let's get to it, shall we? All right, so the first thing we're going to do, you may have seen this cleaning station before. This is something I made, and I did a video about this, about how to make your own and keep things neat and clean when you're working on your weapon at home. Your significant other will probably appreciate that. Take a look at that video. This is super simple, and you can do it probably with stuff you already have around the house. Great place to work. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to field dress this. I'm going to take it apart. So I'm only working with the piece that I need, which is this. Now we know we're absolutely safe, right? All we've got is the lower half. Now here's our little hole, right? So, Pierce grip. Now this I found on, I think on Amazon, but this was a whopping $4, folks. So I think you can probably spring for this one. this is going to be ridiculously simple, and you're going to go, why are we doing a video on this? Link, what is the point? But that's why we're going to mix it with the magazine upgrade as well. So this is what the piece looks like. Really simple. It's just a little, it's a plug. And that plug is going to go right in there. And you're just going to, it's nothing more than pressing it down until it's flush. We're done. Okay? It's going to give it a much more finished look when the magazine is put inside. And that appeals to me. One of our fancy upgrades is done. That's it. All right, so we're going to put that aside for now because the next one's going to take a little bit more work. When you look at the magazine, you'll see here that there's a little hole right there. Now inside, there's a plate that's attached to the spring, and it has a pin that goes into that hole. We need to release that pin so we can slide the base plate off. And you can do it with a real small screwdriver. You can do it, but this tool is made just for that purpose. When you buy this tool, you'll see several different manufacturers that make these, but they're packaged with two punches that are designed for the pins that you'll see on the side of the Glock itself. So it's a 3-tool kit, and the entire kit is going to run you $7.99 or somewhere around there, somewhere between $7 and $10. Makes this job a whole lot easier. We're going to use it today. You don't have to, but it also makes you feel like you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So get yourself one of these. $8, you feel like a stud. All right, so this is how it works. There's the little hole. We're going to put that right into the hole, and we're going to make a motion. If you're as old as I am, you remember bottle openers. Well, you're going to, instead of prying off the bottle cap, we're going to put the bottle cap back on. Now when you do this, see, it just released. Now it's starting to slide back. My thumb, this thumb, is staying over the opening because that spring is going to send everything flying if you don't control it with your finger. Okay? That's the piece that's sitting on top of that spring. And that's the little pin. Can you see it? That's the little pin that's going in the hole on the base plate. Now we're going to get rid of this base plate. And this is a package of 3 of the new base plates that we're going to put onto the magazine. So you can do 3 different magazines. You can upgrade 3 magazines with that one bag full of base plates, and this will cost you $12 for all 3. These are very, very affordable upgrades, and they're fun to do. And this one in particular is going to have an effect on how we shoot, because the more skin you have on that weapon, the more control you have over it. Now you can see what I'm doing. I've got that plate with the pin in it, and I'm lining it up with the spring, and I'm depressing the spring and keeping that plate inside. And we're going to start this on its way until it gets in the way of that plate, and we're going to snap it on. That just snapped right into place, and it's it. It's on there. It is ready to go. Okay? Now, this is the effect it has, and this is why we did it. When we put that in here now, and now I put my grip in place, now my pinky's home. I've got a much more secure grip on the weapon, and that's going to give me more control and better control of recoil when I'm at the range or in a stress situation. Great upgrade. This is a big difference in the way that it feels in my hand. I feel like I have much more control of the weapon now than I did just a moment ago. And that was a super simple upgrade. Kind of gives it a cool little look too, a little bit of a flair to it. You can see that. Super easy. You can do this. Well, that was pretty easy, wasn't it? And to me, that's fun. I like having an excuse to tinker with my weapons. I'm really looking forward to grabbing my new grip and taking it to the range and seeing what effect it has on the groupings downrange. I'll bet you it makes a difference. Well, anyway, hope you had fun watching this. Hope you got something out of it. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you don't miss anything. There's a lot more coming. So I'll see you the next time on Get on Target with Link.